Let's trade Twitter because the stock is about to mark an historic milestone. Get this, shares of Twitter up 35% this year. That is on pace for its best year ever. Let's trade it with your Trading Nation team today. Craig Johnson with Piper Jaffray, Boris Schlossberg, BK Asset Management. Craig, first let's look at the charts if we can. Obviously, it's been a solid year. A lot of previously frustrated Twitter investors are probably breathing a bit of a sigh of relief, but what's going to happen from here?
You know, Brian, just taking a look at this chart that I brought in. I brought in a weekly chart. You can see that you've made the classic double bottom over the last 24 months. Next resistance for this stock is going to be about $25. That's the level that we need to watch. Breakthrough 25 is going to set the stock up for a whole nother leg higher, and we should be buying it based upon this double bottom pattern setting up in here right now. So I'd be a buyer of this stock in here, definitely for a trade up to 25, and then look for a stronger move after 25.
Okay, so we're watching 25. Boris Schlossberg, not to be a hater here, but when we looked at that chart, you can see Twitter was a $50, $60 stock briefly. Yeah. Yes, come well off the lows. What do you see as the long-term outlook for a company like Twitter, which has really, in many ways, been a useful tool, but struggled to find maybe the business side of its own story?
I agree. I'm incredibly conflicted about the stock because I think it's the greatest social media platform out there, yet one that is frustratingly difficult to monetize. One of the reasons why I think Twitter is so interesting is because Facebook has not been able to kill it. It isn't just like they've been able to kill Snap. It's very unique, has its own real organic audience. But the problem is, how do you monetize that well? And until you do, it's kind of hard to make a fundamental case for Twitter. And I think the reason why you're seeing so much price action is because the market is probably betting that a bigger player, perhaps Google, perhaps somebody else, is going to come in and put them inside their fold. They are a very, very valuable property. There are a lot of very, I think, very expensive and very attractive consumers on that media platform. And it is engaging like no other platform in the world. Yet actually the ability to monetize it still fails them at this point.
Yeah, and I've described Twitter as a waterfall and Facebook as a lake. I mean, it's not knocking any of them. One's
right.
Constantly moving, flowing, and the other one is sort of you look around and see what you want. And that's where they've struggled, I think, to find their identity. But it's been a good. Go ahead, Boris.
I was going to say that, but if you look at us personally, I think all of us would admit that we spend much more time on Twitter than on Facebook, and in many ways much more productive time, especially those of us in finance, because it's an incredible aggregator of on-the-spot news, which is very valuable to consumers.
But there's not that many of us, are there, Craig? That's the problem. I mean, in many ways, fundamentally, right? We're kind of a small market. All right, well, anyway, it's been a good year, not taking anything away from Twitter. We're watching that 25 level. Craig Johnson, thank you very much. Boris Schlossberg, thank you. And thank you for watching Trading Nation.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.